Good evening, everyone, and welcome to LBTV Charter Spectrum Channel 989 in St. Clair, Clinton counties. And for those of you tuning in on YouTube all over the country, wherever you may be, we are here live at Lindenwood University Belleville inside Lynx Arena. Sean Michael alongside Corinthian Neighbors. Corinthian, nice to have you on for this game here tonight.
Thank you for having me today. We're going to have a great game today. Lindenwood
Lynx the Lindenwood University Belleville women's volleyball team will be taking on Missouri Valley College. The Lindenwood Lady Lynx taking on the Missouri Valley College Vikings in tonight's matchup. Both teams are looking for their first win here tonight of the season. Lindenwood 0-3 to start the year, while the Missouri Valley College Vikings 0-5. Well, if there's one winning streak that's going to start, we hope it's for Lindenwood here tonight, Corinthian.
Exactly. Yes, we're going to be hopeful. Yeah, so bad records coming into the game today, so we're just going to hope that it's a very winnable game. We hope their confidence level is up because we're looking for their first win for each team of the season.
Absolutely, yes, Corinthian. We have one player to look out for on each team here tonight. As we look at the Lindenwood University Belleville roster, we'll look at one of the return seniors for this year. It will be number 4, Emily Schaller, the defensive specialist known as Libero for Lindenwood.
Yes.
From 5'4" from Freeburg, Illinois, returning for the Lindenwood Lynx this fall semester. And on the other side, we got number 6, Megan Pate, also the defensive specialist serving as Libero from St. Louis, Missouri. 5'5" senior for her squad here tonight. Starting lineups here in just a bit. We're under 3 minutes to the start of this one. We'll take a short break here on LBTV. Stick around. This is Lindenwood Lynx Women's Volleyball.
Lindenwood, Belleville, the American Midwest Conference, and the NAIA are committed to promoting character-driven intercollegiate athletics. The NAIA Champions of Character program empowers student athletes, coaches, officials, and fans to demonstrate at all times what character truly means in a competitive arena. Please refrain from using profanity as you support your team. The NAIA encourages respect between opponents and sportsmanship in all contests. Thank you for your support and enjoy the game. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's starters, first beginning with the visiting Vikings. Setter, number 7, Avery Satterfield. Outside hitter, number 11, Madison Kisner. Middle hitter, number 15, Elena Fedorenko. Opposite, number 9, Haley Jacobson. Outside hitter, number 2, Kirsten Boatman. Middle hitter, number 13, Kendra Cody. And libero number 6, Megan Pate. The Vikings are coached by Tamika Drake. And now the starting lineup for your Lady Lynx of Lindenwood Belleville. Outside hitter number 6, Caitlin Weiss. Outside hitter number 15, Jaden Fitzgerald. Setter number 11, Shelby Say. Middle blocker, number 13, Alana Renner. Outside hitter, number 14, Macy Clark. Right side, number 9, Diana Shamrosky. And libero, number 4, Emily Schaller. And the Lady Lynx are coached by Jim Hunstein and Marshall Moon.
Here at Lindenwood Lynx Arena, as both these teams line up to start the handshake before the match is underway. Shawn Michael alongside Corinthian neighbors. Don't adjust your TV sets at home, folks. Both teams are wearing gray uniforms for this one. For the Lindenwood Lynx, they are wearing black shorts with the maroon stripes on the sides, on the arms, and as well as the maroon lettering and numbering. And for the Vikings of Missouri Valley College, they are wearing purple shorts with the orange lettering and numbering on their uniforms. Both teams wearing gray, so bear with us here, as it's tough just enough here in person. I know it's tough for you watching at home and trying to identify these two teams, but we'll do our best for you here tonight.
It is. If you see purple, that's not the Lindenwood Lynx. If the Lindenwood Lynx doesn't have purple, has purple, that's not them.
Lindenwood Lynx will be on our right side, over here on the right side of the court. Vikings, of course, on the left side.
We have both liberos. Missouri Valley College has a highlighter on, and then for Lindenwood Lynx, we have a white libero, white shirt. Spirits are up today. I think they're pretty confident. Somebody's going to leave out here with their first win of the night.
Indeedly so. There's a good-sized crowd here at Lynx Arena for this matchup, and looks like the Vikings have won the coin flip to determine who serves first on this one. So We're just moments away from the start of this one between the Vikings and the Lynx. Sit back and enjoy the first serve into the court.
Nice serve from number 7,
Schaller was able to
Satterfield.
scoop that up, and Libero as the Lynx push it across the side. Vikings trying to set it back on up. It was tipped out of bounds, out at the line by a Lindenwood Lynx player in front. So Vikings first on the board in this one.
First on the board.
And getting a finger on that was number 15, Jalen Fitzgerald for the Lynx. It's back to serve now for the Vikings. Number 7, Avery Satterfield, as her set goes right into the net. Tie this game up at 1 aside. And we have a substitution early for Lindenwood. 2 players coming into the game right now. Number 20 for Lindenwood, Jade Garrett, and number 19, Brianna Webb. I believe that's what
Yes,
it
Brianna
is.
Webb.
Brianna Webb, yes.
One of the-
Good eye thinking.
Yes, one of
that
the better
one.
hitters.
That is a let ace right there for Lindenwood, and one that you don't like to see, but you don't mind having, as that one just hits the net and falls onto the other side for an ace.
And I believe this is number 20's first game as a freshman, so should be some good vibes coming off. First
So
set,
Jay
first point.
Garrett, absolutely out in front with her serve right here twice. A good start to her collegiate career here at
3-1 is the
home.
score.
3-1 is the score, as Corinthians said.
And Brianna Webb with the spike.
Spike, and that one
Saved by the libero.
defended right there. Libero saved it right there again. Megan Pate a good job on that one as the Lynx
Great
get it
job,
set up.
Brianna
Spike
Webb.
right here by Webb.
Just
As
kill, and it is now
Pate
4
could
to
not
1.
save that one.
It is now 4 to 1. Brianna Webb with the kill, number 19.
Jay Garrett going to take it again for the 4th serve here from her.
Well, nice tip by number 15.
Garrett again denied this
Nice.
time, but a net infraction on the Lynx cost them a point. Lynx have their lead cut in half, 4-2 now.
That was a nice spike from number 15 and a block right after. That was all one team right there.
Brooklyn Evans coming in off the bench to substitute and serve for the Vikings right here. Serving from the right side of the court, the backcourt, rather. Set right on over, Libero. Megan Pate there to get it for the Vikings. Set right on over, Spike defended nicely by Jay Garrett again. Spike set, couldn't be saved right there by
Could
number
not be
15, Orlana Fedorenko.
Good effort, but not enough.
So
The score is 5-2. Lynx are up by 3.
The Lynx serving right now, number 11, Shelby Say. Serve right in on over, put right down by number 13,
Steal.
Alana Renner.
From number 13, Alan Renner, a senior.
Pretty fast-paced game moving here. The
Libero with the hit.
Vikings look to get it over. Touched a few times, a good spike though, nonetheless.
Thought
by
it was
Kristen
going out, but
Boatman.
it was in just by an inch.
Touched on the way through, but Bowman was able to get credit for that spike right there. So number 15, Orlana Fedorenko with the serve here over the head. Garrett calls it off. Lynx get it set up, a high spike right there, and it goes out of bounds. And so it'll be Vikings point right there.
Score 6-4. 6-4. Lynx are up by 2.
Fedorenko back to serve, the senior from Ukraine. Jump spike once again, jump serve rather, Garrett. This one's in the backcourt, so the Lynx have to get it right onto the other side. That 10-foot line, another spike right there, good dig by Garrett.
Nice save.
Right there in front. It rolled on the net on the spike by Brianna Webb, and it just was not good ball luck there for the Lynx as the Vikings clawing their way back now into this game. 6-5, they trail with
Only
that
down by 1 now.
point.
Can they get back into this game offensively?
Fedorenko's 3rd serve right there. Lynx get it set up, spike it right downtown there.
Nice.
Number 13, Alana Renner, her 2nd kill of the match. This one from Steelville, Illinois, the middle hitter, senior for the Lindenwood Lynx squad, as she is now back to serve.
We have a decent amount of Illinois college players on the Lindenwood roster, as you
So-
could expect.
She so indeed, as Jay Garrett again there, a
Goes
good
soaring out of bounds.
Good spike right there, and it goes off the Viking player. Nothing much that she could do right there. Number 3, Brooklyn Evans, unable to control that one. Renner back to serve. That one goes right into the net. And she'll be coming out for Lombero, Emily
Nice.
Schaller.
Nice speed, nice power, but just not enough height. The score is 8-6. Lynx are up by 2 still.
Back to serve
Both-
now. Go ahead.
Both teams are looking for their first win of the season. The Lynx are 0-3, and the Valley Vikings are 0-5.
Spike
Nice
right downtown
spike.
this time by number
By number 9.
9 of the Lindenwood Lynx, Diana Shamrowski. Diana Shamrowski coming from Ohio.
And we have
Right side hitter, senior on
Brianna
this
Webb.
squad. Brianna Webb, her first serve of the night. Over nicely for the Lynx. Now they get set to defend here. Big spike right there. Another spike that number 3 Brooklyn Evans of Missouri Valley had a tough time controlling right there again, and pays the Lynx dividends, make it 10-6.
10-6. Nice effort from number 18, Sydney Spears. Just not enough.
This one just getting the line for Brianna Webb, and that's an ace for her, much to the chagrin of the Vikings. I believe that ball was out of bounds. The line judge said otherwise.
Great serve by Brianna Webb.
Pate couldn't get it in front of that 10-meter line, rather. This one just
And a little teardrop there. And
Line
it's now
judge said
12-6.
ruled that one in bounds, and from our angle, it looked to be out of bounds, but nonetheless,
Yes, so
ball
the
ruled
out of bounds is very,
in bounds.
very tricky. The poles sticking up are the inbounds and out of bounds. So if it is behind, in front of that line, that pole sticking out, it is inbounds. But nice effort from the Missouri
Vikings squad
Valley
calling a
Vikings
timeout.
squad.
Each team in the games get 2 timeouts at 1 minute and 15 seconds apiece. So we have it set up here on the scoreboard right in front of us that the Lynx on the left side, the Vikings on the right side, but their benches are opposite. They're not underneath
Nope.
their side of the scoreboard.
They
So the
are
Vikings
side
are
of
on
the
the left
scoreboard.
side underneath the Lynx half of the scoreboard, and the Lynx
And that is
position their
true.
bench
But
on the
when
right
it comes
side
to period
underneath the
2, I
Vikings
guess they will switch sides. They will be on the right side.
It'll be the right side on that regard.
Yep.
So going in deeper into this matchup here tonight, the Lynx have played 10 games in 3 matches, and in those games, they've only won 1 game in those 10 games of those 3 matches. The Vikings have played 18 games over their 5 matches, winning 4 of them. But ultimately, both teams still looking for their first match win of the season.
And one will get their first win by the end of the night.
Another tough serve here by the Lynx. It goes off the ceiling rafter
that
and
was a
rolled out of
double hit.
bounds. So the Lynx get another point, make it 13-6 in favor of the Lynx. The Lynx starting to pull away here with their lead.
And for those who are not savvy with volleyball, one person cannot hit the ball twice in a row consecutively. It has to be hit by another player. And the Vikings were not smart enough to do that, and they get the point.
Can only be hit 3 times on either side, unless if it is a block. But you see players up on the net trying to block that volleyball from going to the other side.
Yes. Nice set.
A little nice touch right there
Nice set. with the
by number
teardrop.
15, Jalen Fitzgerald. I take that back, beg your pardon. It's Diana Shamrowski on the little one touch right there, the aerial. It's tough to read the numbers on the uniforms, but
It
both
is.
of them are gray.
All
This
just
one goes
gray.
right into the net. Brianna Webb, a good series of serves for her. Hate to see it end like that on
Yes.
one right into the net. But she'll be coming out in substitution for number 14, Macy Clark. Clark, the freshman, getting her first action of the season from Fairfield, Illinois. Outside hitter for her.
Yes, sir.
So number 2,
2.
Christian Boatman, he's serving for the Vikings. It's dug nicely by the aforementioned Clark. Lynx get it back on over. Big spike inside
That was a big
the
spike.
court by number 13, Kendra Cody. Junior from Biddeford, Maine, over there on the East Coast. So another serve here for the Vikings. They want to get something going here offensively. Mishandled there by Clark.
Nice save.
Saved,
And
but unfortunately can't get it on over the other side. Caitlin Weiss, beg your pardon. that one. Had a tough time handling that ball.
Christian Boatman is serving for the Vikings.
Bowman, another good serve there as Lynx try to spike it onto the other side. Just out of bounds, though, on the spike for number 11, Shelby Say. The Vikings starting to have something going here despite after the timeout. Looked like things weren't going their way, but now they have started to go their way. Still trailing 14-10, though.
Yes. So can the Lynx stop their offensive flow? That's the big question here.
Again, another spike, that time block. A dive right there, and but ultimately no can do for the Vikings.
No way to save that at all.
Had to go into the stands on that one. We have a substitution now for the Vikings. Number 2, Kirsten Boatman coming out for number 4, Rachel Hammonds from Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
5'3". She could be short enough to be a libero, but she doesn't have to be on that play as that serve goes right into the net.
Yes.
So Megan Pate, the libero, now for Missouri Valley College from St. Louis, Missouri, as we mentioned earlier, the pregame. A player to watch out for. Both liberos being featured in this game as she serves her team an ace right there. As seems some miscommunication by the Lynx right there on who was going to pick that one up, and it cost them. So now Pate will try to do it again.
And that was a nice.
That serve catching the off guard right there. The right side hitter, Jalen Fitzgerald, not normally a setter. Does a very good job of doing so right there to push it right to the opposite side.
And I believe that's a new move they're now doing in the pros where you fake for a set, but you're really spiking at the same time to get the defense off their game.
That's what you call a cheeky move. Nice block out in front by number 10, Nausch.
Very nice block.
Vikings look to get it set up, but nobody was home for that spike right there. Lynx get a lucky one right there with nobody home for the Vikings. But whether it's lucky or whether you earn it, they'll take it either way.
Take it either way. It is 17-12. Lynx are up by 5. The score goes to 25. Lynx are about 8 points away to winning the first, now 7. 17-13 is the new score.
Good dig right there by number 4, Rachel Hammonds helps hit her Vikings the point right there. Now some substitutions being made for the Vikings coming into the game. Number 10, Lauren Nausch. Beg your pardon, no, she was not in. She was already in the game. So number 7, Avery Satterfield served this one off the net, but saved nonetheless. Pushed on over. Good dig by Pate. Vikings looking to get set up. That spike blocked, but it goes out of bounds, and so it'll be a Vikings ball once again.
And since the block was outside of the pole, it was out of bounds, ruled out of bounds by the referee.
Two referees right in front of us, and 2 line judges caddy corner from one another. On the corners and the back line. Back line meaning the end line. Sideline, rather, as that one can't be saved by Hammonds, and so it'll be a Lynx point right here to make it 18-14.
Great effort from Hammonds, though. Great effort.
Tennessee volleyball players almost never give up on a ball unless sometimes when it even goes into the bleachers, they don't give up on the ball.
That is true. That's true. Nitty gritty. Fight for every ball. That is
indeedly so. Garrett, another good serve by her. Blocked in front by a Lynx player. Looking for another block. Good dig. Good return by the Lynx there, Webb. But ultimately, damage not done there. But now it is. The Vikings unable to get their feet from under them. And a timeout now called by the Vikings. Their second timeout with a score of 19-14. It's going to be the Vikings' second timeout, as I said. But Lynx have all the control right now. They've had the lead ever since the 2-1 point in this game, have not taken their foot off the gas pedal in that regard. Vikings only lead coming with the first point of the game, and Lynx have not looked back since.
Has not looked back since.
With this timeout, we'll give our voices a timeout here, folks, as well, because we've been rapidly firing back and forth between us.
Yeah.
It's a fast-paced game. There's a lot to talk about in games like these, in sports like these, rather, volleyball, hockey, a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So you got to be quick on the action. You got to keep on your toes.
Very quick, very fast moving. The lateral quickness in this sport alone has to be very, very quick. Like it's everything. Because if you can't move on the court, then you can't save the ball, you can't spike, you can't fake a spike. It's just hard to do. So these sports, volleyball, hockey, soccer, very lateral, quickness.
Soccer is a little easier to call, rather, because of its slow pace in nature. I don't know if you ever call one, but speaking of soccer, we got our next LBTV broadcast coming up Saturday with 2 soccer games coming your way, the men's and women's playing on Saturday afternoon. But we're in the middle of this game right here as the Vikings get the point right there to make it 19-15. And have some substitutions being made for the Vikings once again. Number 3, Brooklyn Evans coming back in to serve. This one taking the place of Madison Kisner.
And the Lynx are only 6 points away from closing out this first set. Can they do it? Great block from the Vikings.
And a good play by Emily Schaller. Blocked again. Lynx trying to get it over that blocking scheme. A little light touch. They can't do it again. Schaller.
They have a wall in front of them and they cannot get through it. And
that one just out of bounds on the spike right there.
Brianna Webb gets
Brianna Webb, and unfortunate.
So Serling out of bounds.
Unfortunate right there. Brooklyn Evans again the serve. Lynx get it on over. Vikings trying to set it up right there. Spike blocked into the net. No, it went out of bounds. It was touched by a Lynx player.
Yep.
I believe it went off the net, but refs had a better look at it than I did, and
yes.
The Vikings getting another chance to call back.
You saw that. They were like, maybe.
They sure did. Quickly again, we move here in this game.
Brianna Webb the kill.
Fortunate ball luck there for the Lynx. Brianna Webb once again on that net with that spike rather.
And that pushes the score to 20-17. Lynx up by 3.
Score now 2 years ago, 20-17. Close to the bench there on that spike. Out in front, a good dig. Cannot be ultimately be saved by Brooklyn Evans, who's had trouble on returning and controlling spikes from the Lindenwood Lynx. Let's see if the Lynx can continue to counter on that, but now she comes out of the game for the meanwhile. Brooklyn Evans coming out and in for her, Taylor Wiegand. Vikings trying to control and get it on over with their 3rd hit. They do so. Schaller the dig for the Lynx. Little light touch on over. Vikings control. Upset spike, and it's in. 21-18 now the score in this one. Fast pace we move again. Orlena Fedorenko, senior, 6 foot, from the Ukraine. I don't know if I should say from the Ukraine, from Ukraine. Well, people do say the United States of America.
That is true.
They don't say the Canada, though.
No, they don't.
The Mexico, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll get it to you, folks.
But, Mexico and Canada aren't communist countries, so, it might be the Ukraine.
Well, I think Ukraine's free, but that's a discussion for a different day, I guess, as the Lynx counter right there would make it 23-18. I don't know. This isn't this is a history class, or I don't know, social studies.
Not at all.
We'll get to you after the break, folks.
Fantastic serve.
24-18 now is another serve there by Elena Renner.
We are 1 point away, or the Lynx are 1 point away from closing out this period.
The United States is not a communist country.
No, not at all.
Thank goodness.
Not at all.
Game point right here. The hands of the Lynx. Vikings looking to change that. Red. And that's a strike.
Webb
the Lynx have
out the period.
Have won game 1 of this set, as both teams will now change sides, and they have to match the ball in their court now, as they will have the serve on this next game coming up. We'll take a short break here on LBTV. Stick around. This is Lindenwood Lynx Volleyball. Welcome back to Lynx Arena here on LBTV Charter Spectrum Channel 989 in St. Clair and Clinton counties, as well as you tuning in on YouTube. Lindenwood Lynx take the first game of this 5-game set, rather.
All right, guys. We got 30.
Score of 25 to 20 in that first one, or 25-19. Beg your pardon.
Can the Lynx keep the band going for the second set to see if they can win the second set and to end the game early? Because, you know, if you win 2, it's only 3 sets. So, you know, if you win these first 2, it could be
3 sets of best of 5.
Actually, it's 5 sets. I'm sorry. That's my fault. They keep this, they win this next set, they can be in the driver's seat, and they have their foot on the throats of the Vikings.
Shall see what happens here. We're a few seconds away from starting game 2 of this 5-game set here.
5-game set, yes, 5-game set.
Best of 5 here. So
Best of 5.
Lynx need to win 2 more games to win this whole match and walk out of here with a W tonight.
We know one thing, one team will get their first win tonight. That's one thing that is certain.
That is very true. Lynx 0-3 coming into this game here tonight. The Missouri Valley College Vikings coming in 0-5.
And guess what? They're both wearing gray.
They are both wearing gray.
Isn't that fantastic?
Both teams have switched sides. The Lynx had that yellow and, not yellow, my goodness, maroon and white stripes with the black shorts.
And we have
may be
gray
able to
and
see.
purple for the Vikings.
And purple shorts and the orange lettering and numbering with the orange stripes down the side on their uniforms. But it'll be the Lynx starting things off here with this serve.
And we got
the Jay Garrett again getting things going for the Lynx. Here we go. Game number 2 between these 2 squads as diving for that ball, unable to come up with it. Shamrowski for the Lynx. And so once again, the Vikings start the game with a lead in this one.
great effort, though, from Shamrowski.
That ball is one of those in-between balls. You're not sure if it's going out of bounds. It could be inbounds. It's one of those that you think is on the line. She went for it, unable to.
Yeah, in those situations, it's a lose-lose situation. It's if you don't hit it and it stays in, that's your fault. If you do hit it and it goes out, it's your fault. It's kind of a lose-lose situation, but the effort was there.
The effort is there, indeed. You don't want to look. You rather look like you try for the ball instead of look stupid by not going for it in case if it does stay in. Garrett again on that spike from Garrett, the backcourt,
freshman,
and it works out. It handcuffs the Vikings, who kind of handcuffed themselves on that one with the return. But nonetheless, we're back out at 1-1 here, the same way we started in game 1. Exactly the same way. Vikings got the first point. Lynx just got the last one.
Great set.
Good block out in front by the Lynx right there. Schaller getting it set up with the second hit. Quick touch, running into the net though. Haley Shamrowski on her touch ran into the net, and that's a no-no in volleyball. Can't do that. No. And so the Vikings regain the lead.
We had number 3 for the Vikings, Brooklyn Evans.
Take the serve here. Does a good job. Quick strike right there for the Lynx. Gets this game tied up.
Lindenwood Lynx has strikes back. Is now 2-2.
Schaller coming out of the game as Lambero. Caitlin Weiss going in for the Lynx in her place as she moves to the front of the court.
Very strong, very strong.
Vikings just got to get it on over right there. Lynx getting it set up. The strike right here by Weiss off a defender, out of bounds. That is a Lynx point right there from Caitlin Weiss. I keep getting her last name mixed up. I say Weiss.
Yes.
Folks, I promise I'm going to say Weiss from now on because that is her name. Sorry, family, if you're watching in Coulterville, Illinois. It's tough. It's a tough business here. The game happens so quickly. Nonetheless, here we are. Lynx have their first lead here in this game, too. Big block right in front that time again.
That was a monstrous block from number 9.
Diana Shamrowski right there, a big block out in front for her.
A senior at that. This will be her last year. And that was
her last year. That's serve goes out of bounds. So
Elena
the
Renner,
Vikings getting
the senior.
Sorry?
The setter was the hitter was Elena Renner.
Yes. Kisner, the serve right there for the big part of Fedorenko again. Fedorenko saving that one off the deflection, but nonetheless, it goes back out of bounds.
Out of bounds, but fantastic effort, though. These teams look hungry for their first win, and I see a lot of effort around the court right now. Brianna Webb is going to serve for us right now. The powerhouse hitter.
Had a good run in the first game of the series in sets. Schaller, a good effort there, but just got away from her on that one as she went down to dig. And that's what happens sometimes as libero. You go down to make that dig, and it just rolls off your arm the wrong way.
Yep.
It's at such a high velocity speed. These
so much
volleyballs
speed and power. The libero is really the backbone of every team because it's the savior.
Indeedly so. Corinthian, you were showing me those highlights pre-game, what liberos go through, and that's where we decided to make our note of who the players could be the difference makers in this matchup so far. And so far, Emily Schaller from the Lynx has done a very good job of being a difference maker for her squad, as well as so far Megan Pate for
and if
Vikings.
You guys pay attention or notice it, for the Vikings, their libero has wrist bands, because when that ball's coming at a high speed, it hurts really badly. So a lot of discipline, it's a painful position.
No mercy position, a good volley between these two teams right here. Ultimately spoiled by the Vikings. Lauren Nausch had a tough time controlling that one off the net, and it pays the Lynx dividends right there.
That's a fantastic rally from the Lindenwood Lynx.
7-4, the Lynx now starting to pull away again in this game. Game 2 of this 5-game set. They have the lead, 1-0. On the net that time, a generous spike by Cameron Carl on the net right there for the Vikings, and it just rolled her way on that net and dropped in on the Lynx side. Set up just between the two players right there. Fitzgerald got it over. Effort laying out there. Shemrowski again unable to come up with it.
Good effort. Good. This is Samrowski. And we have number 2, Kirsten Boatman, served for the Missouri Vikings.
Fitzgerald just going to set it on over. And a big kill right out in front. The Vikings coming back again from the hands of Carl.
From number 5, Cameron Carlin, a junior for the Vikings.
Sevens are wild here. 7-7 here in this game too. Boatman again, a good serve. This one going to the front line. A cheeky little one-touch right there, but it stays in for the Vikings. Excuse me, it stays out of bounds.
It is out of bounds. And they missed it by just a couple inches. It was almost in.
So the Vikings regain the lead from the point where they led 1-0 in this game. That one served out of bounds.
And
so the
just
Lynx
like
tie the
that,
game.
it is now 8-8, essentially 0-0. With 17 points to go until we have a winner for this second period.
Schaller the serve for the Lynx. Set up spike and goes inbounds. So Schaller took a look at it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but a team must win by 2 if they're both tied, right?
That's correct.
All right.
If there is a 5th game,
yes.
The game is played to 15.
Yes, it is. And you must win by 2, so it has to be 15-17 to win.
Just when we said the Lynx were starting to pull away at 7-4, the Lynx had gone barren in the desert right now. They're trailing 10-8. Vikings are starting to find something right now that's working for them, but Schaller, a good dig there for the Lynx. Set up, blocked, and denied. Right there out in front by the front 3 for the Vikings. And so now it's 11-8. Megan Pate. Another serve for her, and a tough one to handle for number 14, Macy Clark.
Yes. It is looking ugly out here for the Lynx right now. Can they regain this offensive flow they had earlier?
There's still plenty of time to do so.
Plenty of time, yes.
12 to 8.
They have to execute now before the league gets away from them. Because if that happens, you got to play catch up, and nobody wants to do that.
Trying to save it right here. Clark has to bike it over. She does. A little light touch there by the Viking player. Can't fool the Vikings. A good volley right here. Vikings get it on over the Lynx. Pump set. Spike right into the block net. Olivia Barnes doing the duty right there for her squad, getting the block, and a timeout now being called by the Lynx. 13 to 8. They trail, taking their first timeout of this match, of this game as well.
So great job by the coach by taking a timeout to get his players back in order before the league got too out of hand.
Coach Jim Hunstein, the coach for the Lindenwood Lynx, taking the time to make the timeout.
And yeah, Jim, he's been the head coach for a number of years now, hasn't he? He's head coach for a while, and he has done great things for the organization, for this program.
Certainly has, and folks, if you have not heard the news, this is Lindenwood University Belleville's last year of daytime operations, daytime studies for the college.
Yes, so no
making the announcement last May.
Yep.
They are ceasing operations of the daytime programs here on campus, so it'll be Jim's last season as well as Marshall Moon's last season as assistant coach for the Lindenwood Lynx. You see him out there on the floor right there on that far sideline.
As far as we know, this campus will be a master's degree program.
So it will be a master's, strictly nighttime program. If you want to get the accelerated degree program and get that bachelor's degree at night, you can do that as part of the accelerated degree program here with Lindenwood. You'll still be able to do that. As far as daytime operations go for the school, they'll be ceasing those classes at the end of the school year. As the Lynx get back on the board with that one right there. You may be wondering right now, what will these student athletes do? Will they go on to Lindenwood University St. Charles? Some of them will.
Yes.
And will they still be able to maintain their scholarships?
That is true. And there has been a number of student athletes already who have already transferred to the Lindenwood St. Charles campus.
Very true. It's tough to say as well that some programs in the sports department and the athletic department have ceased operations as well on this school year. The football team, the men's hockey team, as well as the baseball team. And the tennis programs of both the men's and women's have suspended their seasons.
Many seasons sports have been cut.
Net infraction, so that's going to be a Lynx point. That'll make it 14 to 11. 14-10 rather. They were quick on that scoreboard with that point. Lynx trying to claw their way back.
Yes, they are slowly but surely cutting down this deficit.
Big block right out in front. Webb does a good job saving on the one touch. Another block out there. Lynx trying to get it set up for another spike. Webb this time in, just in front of that back line right there.
By Brianna Webb.
And you can feel it on that Lynx bench. That's a big point for their squad to make it 14 to 11. Back to serve again for the Lynx. Shelby Say got it on over with that one. Schaller saves it. Webb, one touches it on that line. That ball is in to make it 14 to 12. Oh, they rule it a Viking point right now. Excuse me. A net infraction called, so it'll be Vikings 15 to 11.
15 to 11.
Beg your pardon. They said the spike was over the net from Brianna Webb.
Yeah, it is. They're now booing, but the call was the right call.
Disagrees with that call. Is that ace right there makes it 16 to 11. You said that was the right call, Corinth?
Yes, it was. From my angle, it went out. Even though this is
they called a net infraction. My bad. It's all good. Nonetheless,
could be wrong.
That one's touched by the Viking player out front, goes out of bounds, and so that'll be a Lynx point. 16 to 12 now. That's when you thought the Lynx had momentum. It was seized right there.
We have Renner right now, who is serving for Lindenwood Lynx.
Touch. Up to the front. Webb again, jumping at the right time. It's in. Bounds. That's a point to make it 16-13.
16-13. Courtesy of Brianna Webb, the junior from Naperville, Illinois. The score is now 13-16. They are now cutting down this deficit.
Alana Renner serves. Big one there. It's up in the air. Hang time was high on that one. Lynx looking to get it set up. Right into the net. That's a Viking point. Make it 17-13. Back and forth seesaw battle we go.
Back and forth
right now.
It is. But the Lynx had to find a way to get an offensive run going, or they can end this in the next 8 goals. They can.
Fedorenko serve from Ukraine. That is a Republic-free country as well. We did find that out during the break.
We did find out.
Bring it right back here for you. Third hit. That'd be a high spike right there. Schaller digs it. Lynx setting it up. Off the fingertips. That is, that appeared to be off the fingertips of one of the Viking players in front and went out of bounds. Ruled a Viking point.
And it has not been ruled out by.
Call that one a questionable call right there.
Very questionable, but the referees are letting them play on it.
See how the Lynx avenge that. Locked out on the net.
Perfect
Lynx.
setting opportunity. Brianna Webb with the teardrop.
Get it on over. 2-touch right there. Doesn't pay off for the Vikings. Lynx get the point, 18-14. And so now Brianna Webb will have a chance here for her squad. Substitution being made for the Lindenwood Lynx coming back into the game. Jaden Fitzgerald coming into the game. Brianna Webb, the server for the Lynx. Right in the middle of the backcourt. Off the net, save. Schaller salvaging it. The Lynx getting it on over.
Save from the Lindenwood Lynx. That was a beautiful fake.
Schaller, another dig, a cheeky 2-touch on over again by the Lynx. Vikings salvage it. Schaller has to do so on the second hit again, paying off.
This is a rally we are having tonight.
Lynx, a big point right there.
Rally. It is now 15-18. The Lindenwood Lynx are now 3 points away from tying it up.
Vikings a tough time with that one right there.
They look gassed. If you ask me, they're getting tired. The Vikings are getting tired.
See if the Lynx can capitalize. A hard serve there by Webb. It goes out of bounds. Make it 19-15 for the Vikings.
Too much power coming from Brianna Webb. We have a Lindenwood Lynx volleyball player wiping the floor. Appears to be slippery, or that's how injuries happen if they don't wipe it down. Somebody slip, fall, ACL, right there.
Shimrowski doing the deed right there for the Lynx. 19-15. Schaller gets it started for the Lynx. Touched and out of bounds. Lynx point.
Kill.
Shamrowski, the good hit right there, the right side.
Shamrowski.
And so she will be the one serving it here, Shamrowski. Awkward touch there. It appeared to be awkward, but the Vikings get it on over anyway. Spike right into the net. Unfortunate there for Jaden Fitzgerald, the freshman.
16-20. The Lynx are trailing by 4. And the Vikings only have 5 points to go until they win this series, if they win this series, to see if the Lindenwood Lynx can come back.
See if they win this game right here. Just getting a big spike there by Shimrowski. Saved by the Vikings. Block and out of bounds.
Fantastic block, but it did not work in their favor. It had soared out of bounds.
No ball luck there. Vikings lead 21 now, 16 over the Lynx. Lynx need this next point.
They do.
Shimrowski, that one just out of bounds again. 22-16 now. Lynx starting to fall out of this. Vikings starting to pull away.
They are starting to lose it.
Boatman, another serve by her. Just a little miscommunication right there. This one out of bounds again. Lynx having a tough time right now. Seem to
Very tough time.
23-16.
Unless Lindenwood at least go on a rally, or not a rally, but an offensive run, it's looking like the Vikings will take this second period.
In the second game, rather.
Yes.
Bowman saves it for the Vikings. And over, we have a infraction on the net, so that will be a point for the Lynx. Vikings infracted on the net right there.
This might be their last chance to cut the deficits and probably tie it up.
It'll be Schaller taking the serve right here for the Lynx from one libero to another. Pate gets the first touch. The third hit goes right into the net for the Vikings, so the Lynx get a favorable point right there. Try to claw their way back. Schaller again. Vikings get it set up, out of bounds.
That is
yes,
out of
no.
bounds.
Stayed in bounds.
The call is not in their favor for some reason. That was out of bounds play, but I'm not the referee, so I can't make that call.
So Pate looks to get the break point right here.
Nice teardrop at number 11. That's going to be
It is
Shelby's
ruled a Lynx
save.
ball. Lynx point, rather. Happened so fast. Lynx have to go on a run here.
Have to go on a run.
Jay Garrett.
They sub out.
Coming in to serve this one. She had herself a run in the first game of this 5-game set. Light touch. Lynx save it for the meanwhile. Webb just pushed it over. Blocked in front
And
on the
that
net.
was a
Webb couldn't
fantastic
push
block.
it on over, and we're tied. One game aside. 25-19. Game 2 goes to the Vikings' favor. The same score in both games, but both teams getting a victory rather.
Yes. It's now tied up. 1-1.
Match will go 4 games. We'll be right back. Don't go away. This is Lindenwood Lynx volleyball. And welcome back to Lynx Arena here at the campus of Lindenwood University Belleville. Tied 1-1 in this 5-game set between the Vikings of Missouri Valley College and the Lindenwood University Belleville Lynx.
Yes, it was a great game, the second set. It was a great game, but the Vikings came out on top. Let's see if the Lynx can turn it around and steal another one. So,
take a look at some of the stats here thus far between these. After these first 2 games of this 5-game set, the kills for Lindenwood Belleville Lynx have been 29 to 16 in favor of them. And the attack attack percentage rather, 20% for the Missouri Valley to Lindenwood Lynx 19%. The assists, the Lynx have 26 to 16. The digs, they also lead that category, 34 to 25. The aces, 5 to 4 in favor of Lindenwood University Belleville.
Yes.
As well.
So now we're getting right back into it now. Everybody seems to be loose, rehydrated.
25 to 18, the score after the first game in favor of Lindenwood. Last game just ended 25-19 in favor of the Vikings. So game 3 about to kick off between these 2 teams.
And once again, we are wiping down the court.
I got to say, all that time between that games and you just now doing that,
yeah,
that's kind of surprising to me.
Yeah. Somebody would have thought to do it during the break, but we don't have that luxury, I presume.
So. Both sides having wet spots.
Yes.
On their sides of the court.
And they're doing it so they can prevent injuries, because one slip up and that can end your career, and we don't want that for any athlete.
Both teams have switched sides. Vikings on over to our left. Lynx on over to our right.
All right. So we have number 7 for the Vikings. Satterfield.
Stuff started right now.
And that is long gone. The Lindenwood Lynx have the first points on the board. The Vikings trail by 1.
First time the Lynx have had the first point of the game in this 5-game set.
All righty.
Jada Garrett getting the serve for the Lynx. Trying to hit it on over.
It's a new spirit out here for both teams. They're both confident in the power of Brianna Webb. Sends the ball flying out of bounds.
Just by inches, though. Just like baseball, it is kind of a game of inches.
Yes.
Here we are again, 1-1. Schaller on the dig. Spike right into the net. Shamrosky had a tough time on that one.
Yes. The Lynx have 2 unanswered points on the board. Give it to the Vikings. And they are back in it. Back in the groove. Brianna Webb with the kill. And it is in.
It is in there, just on the corner to make it 2-2.
It is now tied up 2-2. We have number 11, Shelby. Number 4 with a great save.
Schaller on the third hit, has to get it over. Vikings getting it set up, tried to block that save. A lot of heat on that one, though, and it's a point for the Vikings to make it 3-2. Fedorenko, the serve right here. Webb again, off the touch. That's a Lynx point.
From Brianna Webb.
Off the defender that time. Satterfield had a tough time handling that one. Who wouldn't have a tough time handling a spike like that?
That is a monstrous kill from Brianna Webb. The score is 3-3. Oh, nice sniper.
Good defense right there by Say.
Vikings, but not enough to get
This
them
one
off
pushed
the
out of
toes.
bounds.
And that goes out of bounds. Great IQ from number 9 from the Vikings, which is Jacobson, 5'9" junior.
Jacobson coming out of the game as she started this game. Some substitutions being made now for the Vikings, who have the lead again. Webb just crossed the court on that one. A little soft touch on that spike. Vikings had a tough time adjusting to it. Little cheeky touch
Great
there,
save,
and it
but
pays
just
off
not
for the
enough.
Lindenwood Lynx. They tie this game right back up. Neither team has had more than a 1-point lead in this game.
Yes, it is either tied up or struggling one. It's an exciting game. We like to see games like this because it shows competitiveness, and it's awesome.
This game, the tightest one thus far to start between these two teams. This one flies over the net, but out of bounds here on the near sideline.
Fantastic IQ from Emily Schaller, letting that soar out of bounds and not touching it.
So now the Lynx had their first lead since they led 1-0.
And once again, we are now wiping the court.
Anna Webb, once again, is too strong on that serve and makes it 5-5. Lynx had a chance right there to be the first team in this game.
Yep.
They have a 2-point lead, at least, but not the chance.
But all right, here we go. Boatman is now serving for the Vikings. It is 5-5, and we are off. Great block from the Vikings, but did not rattle the Lynx. Boatman with the sniper kill, but it was not enough.
Vikings get the point. Make it 6-5. So Bowman will get to do it again. Here's Lynx student body kind of egging on the server of who's ever serving for the Vikings. Whether right there it's Boatman or somebody else for her team, is now the Vikings get another point. And finally, they have a 2-point lead on the Lynx.
This is not our this is our largest lead so far. We've had, it's tied up our largest lead.
Bumps right on over across the net, giving the Vikings a chance to strike again. Saved right there nicely by Shea. Vikings try it again. Having a tough one there to handle off the hand of Macy Clark. That one goes out of bounds, make it 8-5. Vikings now starting to pull away.
I will say this, the effort level has to be there. And the Lynx need to pick it up before this league gets out of hand, in my opinion.
I'd like to see it 8-6 here over 9-5. Lynx get it on over the net. Vikings now, a cheeky two-touch by them right on over the net. And it pays off for them to make it 9-5. And a timeout now being called by Jim Hunstein of the Lynx. You can see that timeout coming with the Vikings now going on the run that they have.
But there is no panic from the coaches on the Lindenwood side. He is calm and collected. He's going to talk his players up to come out and play even harder after this timeout he has called. So just in a quick sense of volleyball, there is a move that a lot of our players do in Division 1, 2, and 3, and even the pros. It's called a sniper. They set the ball up just a little bit over the net, and then the hitter just kills right there. And they have been doing that on the Viking side, and the Lynx have been doing good with stopping it, but, you go do that so many times before, you just can't stop it anymore. Just a little bit of volleyball information for those who are keen with the game. And we are now back from the timeout. Vikings 9-5. And we have number 2, Boatman, who is serving for the Vikings. And we're off. Let's get it. And that is a dud. Score is now 69.
You hear the phrase icing the kicker.
Yep.
In football. Coach Jim Hunstein might have iced the server on that one.
Yep.
That one went right into the net.
And they do that a lot in sports. If it's a basketball player who's like really hot, they call timeout, loses the shot streak.
Touch, block, pushed on over, converging onto the Vikings. Their spike out of bounds. That's going to be Lynx ball, and right there, the Lynx get 2 consecutive points. Desperately, they needed that.
Yes.
Hadn't had it all thus far in this third game. Pate got it there, the libero.
That is
Good
a nice
dig right
save
there.
from the libero, number
Schaller.
4.
And with that save right there, Schaller helped her team claw right within 1 of this game. 9-8 the score now, and we have another wet spot on the floor.
It's
the
getting hot
Vikings
in
trying
here.
to
It is getting hot in here.
maybe taking a savvy play right there, getting a timeout or a reset without actually calling one right there.
Yep.
A little gamesmanship if that's the way it is.
Improvise. Letting them catch their breath.
Pate had that one up in the air for what seemed like a good long while, but nobody on the Vikings wanted to go for it until the front person playing in front, Sydney Spears, went diving down for it.
And it's amazing because now they were down by 4, and now we're all tied up. I'm just loving the effort from the Vikings. A great timeout. Great timeout by Coach.
By the Lynx, you mean? You said tied 9-9. But the Lynx can't get the lead right there as this one spiked right down onto that end line to make it 10-9 from the hands of Madison Kisner.
They're just out here having fun right now.
Pate serve just past that 10-meter line.
Fantastic.
10-foot line,
Fantastic kill.
We're back tied up at 10. Emily Schaller now for the Lynx from the left side of the back.
I'm going to call this hashtag nitty gritty because this set is a non-let up set.
Big block out in front there by the Lynx.
Nitty gritty.
And it pays off. Lynx had their first lead of the game since they were up 1-0. Lynx student body getting into it right now since with that lead. Schaller again the serve. Pate the dig. Libero to libero right there. That one
And
on
that
the
is
line.
Out, but
that one was
he
on the
calls it
line.
in.
It was on the line and rightfully called.
Yes.
11-11. I could see that one from up here. What action we have here in this third game.
It is a lot of action. It's nitty gritty.
Lynx
There's
looking
no
for
let
the
up.
bench, take the lead back. A little miscommunication.
Look a
Vikings
little,
take the lead back.
kind of a brain fart right there. Wasn't paying attention, and they got
One
away
of those,
from it.
I got it, you take it.
Yep. 11-12. The Vikings are up by 1 over the Lindenwood Lynx.
Satterfield, who started things off in this game with her serve, serves it just right there. Lynx get it on over.
And that is a great.
Little soft touch there by Alana Renner.
Yes.
Caught the Viking defender off guard right there as it just went right on over, and it just sailed on over.
Yes.
Satterfield had a tough time diving for that one to get it back on over. But now Garrett serves for the Lynx. Into the back, getting it set up. Good save.
Brianna Webb. and
Brianna Webb
it is
out of
going
bounds,
out
just
again.
a hair out of bounds. So the Vikings
She has so
regain
much
the lead.
power, but she doesn't have the height to, I guess, see where she's hitting, targeting. I guess what it's called. But she is still putting up a lot of numbers, and she is very, very valuable to this team.
Hammonds, the serve right here for the Vikings. Lynx looking to counter right into the net off the hands of Shamrosky. 14-12. In the air, they'll just set it on over the Lynx. Pate, second hit. Spike out in front, Webb there to deny it. Backcourt hit, out of bounds. 15-12. Lynx have to hit those backcourt spikes.
Have to.
Into the net and saved and pushed over. Beautiful play from the fingertips, Alana Renner. Looked like a broken play, but she saved it for the Lynx and got the point in the process.
That is a play action move right there.
15-13, now 14. Lynx back within one.
And another one. That is another point for the Lindenwood Lynx right now. It's 14-15. They're coming back. They're coming back. The Lynx refuse to say die. They are fighting back with every inch.
Pate, first hit. Trying to go for the kill. It's blocked out in front, but a bad roll for the Lynx. Good block by Renner, but just bad ball luck right there on the net.
Yep.
Now back to serve. Fedorenko from the right side. Schaller, good dig. Renner appeared to be blocked, but if refs don't think so. 17-14. Might have gotten the net. Nonetheless, Fedorenko, another serve here. Set by Say, up in the rafters. It's out of bounds.
And that was a hustle play, but it did not check out. And the Lindenwood Lynx have capitalized, and it is now 15-17.
Closest game to this point in this series. 17-15 here in game 3. As
It's a
Corinthian just said.
This is a heavyweight fight right here. Great rally.
We have a double hit right there.
Double hit.
17-16, Lynx down by 1. Too strong of a serve right there from number 13, Alana Renner. And a standout player in this game for her team, 18-16 now. Going back to serve. Now for the Vikings, there'll be number 18, Sydney Spears, the freshman from Perryville, Missouri, just on the other side of the river, down south on I-55. Big strike right there by Shamrosky.
Nice save.
Vikings trying to save it. They can't do so.
It has no effort because it did not get over the net.
18-17. Shamrosky, a quick strike. Spike right there, had a lot of heat on it.
Look
and the
at
Vikings.
the score. It's 1 point difference.
Vikings had a tough time.
It is a tough time. Brianna Webb is serving for the Vikings. For the Lynx.
Spears on over, blocked out in front.
Nope.
Back on over. Lynx have tied the game with a little nice touch at the net. Shamrosky, I believe, got the touch.
We are all tied up. We are tied up tonight.
Webb for the Lynx. Pate, a dig out of bounds. No touch
bounds
by the Lynx. They have the lead back. Dug up, last hit. Vikings get it over. Shallers bumps it up. Blocked and out of bounds. Lynx have a 2-point lead now. 20-18.
And it is live in the Lindenwood
Timeout now called by the Vikings. It's getting loud here at Lynx Arena.
It is loud. The Lynx have finally taken the lead after only leading 2 in the first opening minutes of this third set, I should say. Lynx 20, Vikings 18. Yes. Okay.
Body giving a lovely rendition adding their voices to Don't Stop Believin' here, the first few verses of this song. So here we go. Brianna Webb will have the serve once again. See if the Vikings can get the point back.
Right now, she's doing a great job serving.
Vikings on up close to the net, two in tight. Nothing the Vikings could do right there with that ball so in tight. Kirsten Boatman in on that attempt there, but when it's so close to the net, there's only so much you can do.
So much you can do. Brianna Webb, serving for the Lynx.
Bowman again, the strike. The block out in front by Wise. But into the net, that block went, so it'll be a Vikings point.
Yeah, so the ball is turned over. The Vikings have the ball. They are now trailing by 2. So we'll see what they do with this.
Boatman the serve. Right up in tight on that net there, and it's 21-20. We're tied at 21 aside, and that's where Coach Jim Hunstein will call a timeout. So here we go, 21 all here in this game.
Boatman
3 after the timeout. Serve touched the netting just briefly, but the Lynx recover. Vikings looking to strike. This one's in the net, bounces back on their side, but a net infraction is called. So it'll be a Vikings point.
It was a clean block, but apparently the ref saw differently. The Vikings they have to lead again, once again, by 1.
(23-21) as that serve goes out of bounds. Macy Clark had a tough time controlling it for the Lynx.
Yes. 23-21.
Kirsten
The Vikings
Boatman,
are 2 away from ending this one.
A little bit of a hush over the crowd has happened here, except from the student body of the Lynx. Schaller just bumps it on over. Off the light, and that plays into the Lynx' favor. This went off the light in the rafter, and so it's 23-22.
The bounce of the ball, causing them to miss.
That's a big point for the Lynx. They get this one.
Huge point for the Lynx.
We'll tie this game up at 23. A loose ball is rolled onto the court.
Outside interference.
So here we go again. We'll try it again here. Boatman does a good job of saving that one right there. And that one couldn't be defended by the Lynx player. Shemrosky had a tough time with that one, and it's 24-22. Vikings 1 point away from capturing game 3 to make it a 2-1 series lead. Set lead. Push on over. Can they take it here? They do. Vikings take the victory 25-22 here in game 3, and they lead 2-1.
We are heading to game 4 now. The Vikings are up 2-1.
We'll take a short break. This is Lindenwood Lynx Volleyball. Welcome back to Lynx Arena here at the campus of Lindenwood University, Belleville. Thank you for tuning in on LBTV, Charter Spectrum Channel 989 in St. Clair and counties, as well as you tuning in on YouTube. Sean Michael here alongside Corinthian neighbors. Yes. So far, the Lynx are trailing 2-1 in this 5 games set, going into game 4. Lynx got the win in the first one, 25-18, but it was the Vikings that won the last 2 by a score of 25-19 and then 25-22.
Yes, so it is now do or die for the Lynx. If they do not win this set, it will be all over for the night, and the Vikings will have their first win.
Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Vikings 0-5 coming into this one, the Lynx 0-3.
So the Lynx are going to be desperate this set. They're going to be very smart, very safe.
They have the first serve here in this game 4, and with it they get an ace right there off the hands of Jade Garrett, freshman defensive specialist, 5'9", from Pleasant Plains, Illinois. Serving from the middle of the back right there. He does it again, once again. Third hit for the Vikings, and for the first time in this 5-game set, a team is up 2-0. This time it's the Lynx.
It is the Lynx. They're hungry right now. They're desperate.
Garrett again.
They want that first win.
Serving the back and a block, and it goes and bounds. A big block out in front right there. Brianna Webb doing the duties.
And Kirsten Bowman from the Vikings could not save it.
You could not have had a better block.
They're now wiping the floor. Coincidentally, when the Lindenwood Lynx are now hot.
Three to nothing, the Lynx lead. Jake Garrett, another serve right here for the Lynx from the middle. Across the court, spike, no good.
No
And it's
good.
4 to nothing. The Vikings having a tough time returning serves here.
It's exciting right now. The Lynx are doing everything right, and the Vikings are just not connecting. They're out of sync. They're gassed, they're tired, they're overhitting the ball.
Webb, spike and a kill and a big one right there. Holy cow. Brianna Webb. A big strike right there.
It is 5-0. The Lynx are up by 5. The Vikings can't seem to get on the board.
Across the court on the return. Boatman has to have a backcourt spike right there to this side. Webb just out of bounds. She slipped while she was trying to go up for the jump. Tried to hit that back corner, but just missed it off the mark. 5-1 now. The Vikings on the board. A few substitutions for them. Now coming in to make the serve for the Vikings, Avery Satterfield. Rolette, Texas, the freshman. He's going to get set up there. Big spike by Renner. Blocked and denied. Vikings trying to regroup. They do so. Big dig right there by Schaller. Save. Webb in the face. Save and out of bounds. Just for the meantime, it was saved on the spike by Webb, who's
they are doing their darndest.
A big player for the Lynx in this whole set. Into the net on that serve from number 11, Shelby Say. Had a tough time on that one. Just didn't have the ball luck. It had the top of the net. Now coming in to serve for the Vikings, Rachel Hammonds from Dallas, Texas.
They are out. And there we go.
Schaller, the dig.
Great set.
Say.
Fantastic
Renner, the spike.
Kill. And just broke through the blockers like it was nothing. It's like a running back and defender. Just ran through him.
Lynx trying to do what they did in the first game of this 5-game set. Run and pull away, and with that serve right there, Renner goes right into the net. Unfortunate there for her. She goes to the bench in favor of Schaller, the libero. Tough one. Fedorenko, the serve right now for the Vikings. Doing as she's done from the baseline of this basketball court. Running up and jumping. The end line in on the corner. A big spike right there by Shelby Say. Beg your pardon. Diana Shamrowski. Tough to read those numbers sometimes.
It is. Because we have a gray on gray game, apparently.
Brianna Webb up. Satterfield, a nice little touch at the net right there for her team, and with it, gets a little quick one touch. Jolie Waller coming into the game now for Brianna Webb. Getting her first action of this set. Some substitutions also being made for the Vikings.
I think right now they're trying to find a good rotation where good chemistry is going to just balance out so they can get better offensively.
They must have just ruled the point for the Vikings right here.
Yeah.
Because the Vikings are serving when I swore it was a Lynx point right there. Yeah. Little touch up in the air. Vikings trying to salvage it, and they will do so. Touch right up in front. Schaller across the back. Push to the back right there. Vikings looking to avenge. They do so through the defense of the line right there by the Lynx.
Very solid and strong spike from Madison Kaiser.
Through Weiss and Shemrosky.
5'10" senior for the Vikings.
One goes out of bounds. Wallach did a good job of letting that one go.
Very smart, educated decision to let that go out instead of play on it. All right, yeah, Diana Shemrosky serving for the Lindenwood Lynx right now. She has been phenomenal today.
Shemrosky gets a touch off the top of the net, trying to fooling Pate there for the Vikings. Set up across the court, spike saved, made by Schaller on this block. Pate gets the dig. Vikings. Bowman, her serve is blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Her
Huge
spike, excuse
block.
me.
Yes.
9-7. It says 9-6 on the scoreboard. It might be 9-6. It is 9-6.
9-6. The Lynx
Who's ever
are up
operating
by
that
3.
scoreboard is quick over there.
Yes.
I tell you. Little net touch right there.
Yep.
Doesn't help the Lynx. It's an ace for the Vikings, 9-7. The attack percentage of the Lynx has gone down after that third game. They're now at 16%. When we first reported they were at 19%. The Missouri Valley still at 20%. Round that up to 21%. 9-8 now. Lynx letting the lead slip away.
The Vikings are getting some offensive rhythm right now, and I feel like it might be time for a timeout or a sweaty floor break.
Or something like that right there.
Yep.
A serve right into the net. The Lynx
Right
get a
into the
favorable
net.
bounce there. Renner coming back into the game for the Lynx in favor of Caitlin Weiss. So Emily Schaller of the Lynx will serve. Schaller gets the save. Into the net, saved and blocked. Play
Great
there by
save.
Wallach. Up.
And the ball is just flying.
Big
And
dig by
saves
Wallach.
are everywhere.
Into the net, close, and just no cigar there for the Lynx. The Vikings get the point as that ball sat on the shoulders of the Lynx player, Say. And she couldn't touch it again.
Nope, she could not.
Schaller was short on that one, and we're tied at 10 aside.
We are now tied up. It is 10-10.
If you like drama, this is the spot for you. Good effort there by Shelby Say, but unfortunate. It goes right into the netting. Trying to catch the Viking off guard right there.
It's off guard. So we got the number 6 libero for the Vikings, Megan Pate.
Vikings have their first lead of the contest right now, 11-10. Another wet spot on the floor, this time on the Lynx side. So now Megan Pate from St. Louis, Missouri makes the serve. Schaller the save, the dig, and it's in the backcourt. And a little too strong of a spike right there by Shemrosky. So the Vikings now have a 2-point lead.
Yes.
Getting closer to the victory for them, but Lynx get a point back right there with the serve in the net.
Number 6, Megan Pete, straight to the net. So they bring it back in, Brianna Webb, and the freshman from Illinois,
Jay Garrett, Pleasant Plains, Illinois. Jolie Wallach coming out of the game.
It's hard to see our numbers. Jay Garrett with the serve.
Good block at the front by the Lynx right there. And again, saving it. Webb just pushes it on over. And again, unable to come up with that one. Shimrosky had a tough time with it. The Vikings lead 13 to 11. Sorry.
The excitement from the Lindenwood Lynx have seemed to be a little down, and they need to get back into that high-spirited offense they had early on in this game. If they want any chance to come
spirit
back.
seems to have dissipated a little bit, like you said, Corinthian. Off the rafter. Saved, though, by the Lynx. They get it on over to the other side. And that's it was blocked. Oh, they ruled it. They ruled it a Lynx touch.
Yep. And
they ruled it a Lynx point, rather, but it was blocked. They're now calling a net infraction.
It is now 12-13.
That may be a, could you say, a makeup call?
Yes.
Right there, to say that was a net infraction.
It's a makeup call.
The Lynx get a fortunate break there, but that is part of the game. Sometimes you don't always get the breaks, but the Lynx got one right there. Webb, a spike. This one partially blocked. Comes back over to the Lynx side, though. Another chance. Shimrosky.
Fantastic rally from the Lindenwood Lynx.
Schaller just pushes it over, not taking any chances. Vikings getting it set up. The spike blocked and goes out of bounds. Vikings point. 14 to 12. Time out, I believe, called. I thought I saw Coach Jim Hunstein call a timeout, but never mind. We play on.
Play on.
14 to 12. Hammonds on the serve. So gets it on over. Kind of jammed Shimrosky a little bit, but responding nicely. Lynx just get it on back there. Hammonds a good dig. Spike blocked and falls into.
Fantastic block from Lindenwood Lynx, stopping the Vikings offensive flow.
Falls into the inbounds area. The Lynx back within one.
I feel it coming on. I feel like they are starting to get their groove back, and they're going to go on a run pretty soon. They keep this up.
Lana Renner, the serve, had some heat on it. Satterfield just pushed it back to her backcourt there, and the Vikings just have to settle for getting over the other side. Shimrosky, double touch. Webb saves it. Two touch. Back on over to Webb. Her spike's blocked, but it goes out of bounds. That's a Lynx point. 14 all.
So we're tied up. Once again, 14 to 14. Lindenwood Lynx have dug their way back into this game after trailing.
Steveville, Illinois native, Alana Renner on to serve right again for the Lynx. Gets it down low. Good dig there by Hammonds. Little one touch. Another save. Getting it on over. Garrett could not get it over the net. She saved it on the first touch, but could not get the third touch over the net. And Vikings regain the lead.
Yes, they have regained the lead. And I must add that if the Lynx do not win this set, it will be game over for them. So they must win this set to continue their dream of getting their first win of the season.
Shimrosky just lightly touches it over that time. Vikings were all over that. Webb sets it up. Gets it back. Off the net and into the 15 all. Back and forth we go. Brianna Webb.
She is now serving.
Gets the serve for the Lynx from Naperville, Illinois. In the middle of the back. From deep as well, and it still goes out of bounds. Brianna Webb coming out of the game. Jolie Wallig back in the game. And so here we go, serving Taylor Williams. Haven't called her name much here tonight.
Well,
call it just right there. Shimrosky had it blocked partially, but it goes over the net, out of bounds. The Lynx have tied the game, and we are going back and forth once again. Diana Shimrosky will serve. From the middle right side. Hammonds touches it. Pate has to touch it and get it toward the 10-foot line.
Fantastic block.
Pate's just going to push it on over. And it handcuffed the Lynx.
And the communication skill was not a factor in that last little spurts. Communication is about 35% of this game. And it was not there for the Lindenwood Lynx.
17-16.
17-16. Here we go.
Schaller.
It's set for a
Back.
spike.
Spike, and it's touching it.
Spike.
Tied up again.
Spike.
Shelby Say that time getting the spike.
I think it's spike with a capital S because that was a major spike. Capital S.
Lee. First touch.
And that was a fantastic. Oh, that was a
my
fantastic
goodness.
touch. Oh, that
Alana
was
Renner.
fantastic.
With no regard. Right there, just spikes it on down.
And the
Doesn't even
Lynx
think about it.
have regained the lead. They're up 18-17. Not a big margin, but they are now up.
Renner, big spike right there. Going toward the net. And it did touch that outline on the net, so it is tied at 18 apiece.
All tied up. Very gritty tonight, very gritty. Never say die. It's the attitude of the Lynx tonight.
Renner on the spike. And it is out of bounds. Vikings, no touch. 19-18. It's close. So here we go. Seesaw battle. Renner, a light touch, but Vikings weren't fooled by it. Blocked and down. Schaller couldn't save it. 20-18.
20-18.
Next point,
the Vikings are almost there to close it out. And great timeout by the coach.
Jim Hunstein calls a timeout for the Lynx. You might need it at home if you're watching it as well. 20-18 the score. Vikings lead the Lynx. Still time, but we'll see what happens. Timeout right now.
Yep, here we go.
Next point is crucial for both teams here.
Very crucial. (18-20) is the score. The Lynx need to find it and get their groove back.
Renner into the back. Schaller's just going to have to take it herself. Right into the Vikings' hands. That's what they wanted to touch. Wallig's just going to push it on over.
Put it right back.
Vikings again, a chance here. Off the rim. Oh, bad ball luck right there for the Lynx. It went off the vent, up on top of the ceiling and ricocheted right into the net. Only if you're a psychic can you read that play.
Yes.
21-18. Little hush over the crowd here.
The crowd is now quiet for the Lynx.
Wallach saved that one. Just reaching for it. Blocked from Renner. The Lynx just got to save it. This one's touched. Wallach just punches it up. Renner just pushes it over again. Blocked out in front and unable to save it that time for the Vikings. Number 10, Lauren Nausch. The Lynx have a point back, 21-19. They trail. Jade Garrett coming back into the game, as well as Brianna Webb. Jolie Wallach coming out of the game, the defensive specialist. Out of bounds, in, no, it is in. 22-19, just on the line. The Lynx needed that point just inches away than they would have had it.
Inches for real? Yes,
maybe centimeters.
It's crazy. It is crazy tonight.
Satterfield's serve goes out. Fortune there for the Lynx. 22-20, coming down to the wire, but the ground kind of caving in right now on the Lynx.
20-22. This is crucial for the Lynx.
Kinda
They have
losing.
the ball. They have, I'm sorry, freshman Shelby Sade serving for them.
Junior.
Oh,
Sorry, it's okay. Satterfield sets it up, blocked, but the Lynx, the Vikings rather, keep control of it. Blocked again, and finds a weak hole right at the 10-foot line.
Yes, indeed.
And the Lynx are within one.
And they need a break, so they are now wiping the floor.
Shelby Say, from Edwardsville, Illinois, 5'9", a transfer from Johnny A. Logan College. Casey
Edwardsville
Wallig
is,
as well, a former Lynx player, a transfer from Johnny A. Logan as well. Former Lynx setter a couple of years ago. A timeout now called by the Vikings, trying to ice Shelby Say right now.
I think Edwardsville is local, isn't it?
It is. It's nearby. It's about 30 or 45 minutes up 255 to 55. Are you from around here?
Originally, no, but I moved here about 6 years ago, so I'm familiar with the area.
Originally, where are you from?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's where the St. Louis Cardinals are at right now. They're up playing the Milwaukee Brewers.
I don't want to talk about that right now. My Brewers are
11-2, the Cardinals lead in the seventh inning. But guessing you're a Brewers fan, right?
I am a Brewers fan.
I shouldn't have brought that up. I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They won't win the World Series, so I won't be mad about that. The Stanley Cup is your World Series for the next 50 years, so.
That's bigger for a lot of people around this area.
Yes. And we're
So-
back to action.
Yes, we are. Say gets the serve over, but the Vikings just have to get it on over at this point, but it's denied by the Lynx front three right there, rather. Webb just has to punch it over. She does. Ball gets right back over. Webb sets it. Say back to Webb. Save made there by Boatman.
The
And
ball
they-
was so strong, it knocked her back, actually.
Little light touch, salvaged. Vikings now just get it on back over again.
Nitty gritty.
Say to Webb, blocked at the net and back on the Lynx side, 23-21. A momentum block right there. Momentum stealing block for the Vikings, and this point right now. I know we said it time and time again, but this
Yes.
point crucial again.
This is very crucial.
23-21. Schaller, first touch. Say, hold. Blocked out in front. Vikings trying to settle it down. Say,
Back up, setting for a spike.
just close to the line. Touch and in. Lynx.
Yes.
Front
yes,
two on the
yes.
touch right there. Shamrosky and Say, we're in close, in tight on that one.
Things are going right for the Lynx right now.
If the Lynx get the next point here, it's basically a deuce situation.
Yes.
Gotta win by 2. A light touch. Say, Garrett in the backcourt.
Yes.
On
yes.
over. Boatman
Very
just has to
intense
push
in
it
this
over.
building
Webb
tonight.
calls it off. Say. Shamrosky blocked and we're tied. It goes out of bounds.
And they have tied it up tonight. It's tied up. The Lindenwood Lynx has fought back, and they are now back into the ball game. It's fantastic. I wish you guys were here to see it because the energy right now is so powerful.
Appreciate you tuning in, though. Renner, the serve. On over. Bowman, last touch. Webb stops it. Say,
And Brianna
back
Webb.
to Webb. Had it blocked.
With
But he gets
the
a Lynx
spike.
roll on the net right there. 24-23.
One more, and she puts the
energy
nail
has
in the
been
coffin.
zapped right back into this building at Lynx Arena. Lynx 1 point away.
If the Lynx get this one, they are going to tie it up, and we're going to go to our final game, which is the 5th game to decide it all. And we will get our first win for either the Lindenwood Lynx or the Vikings.
Timeout called by the Vikings here. It's their second timeout, their last timeout of this game. Well, keep it right here. So here we go. Lana Renner has a serve for the Lynx, 1 point away from a win.
This point is everything. A lot of pressure on right now, because. And then, yep.
And went out of bounds, just inches.
As a senior, you should be a little bit more disciplined to not overhit the ball on the game point. In my opinion, I feel it should have been hit a little softer than that.
Roski's spike blocked. Schaller, a dig.
Brianna Webb with the kill.
It goes out of bounds.
Yes, there was
a
an
rule the
attempt.
Vikings point.
There was an attempt to stop it, but the ball never touched her, so it was valid.
Vikings match point right here. 25-24. Schaller saves it. Webb does so as well. Garrett back on over. Saves the game for the Lynx for the meanwhile. And again, Garrett again.
Oh my gosh, it
What
is
drama
crazy
here. We have a net infraction. And that is a Lynx
Everybody
point.
right now is on their feet. It is now tied up, 25-25. Brianna Webb is now serving for the Lindenwood Lynx. It's crazy. I wish you guys
That infraction gets the favor of the Lynx right there. We're back to a due situation.
Nitty gritty. What did I say?
Nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty.
Brianna Webb the serve here.
Never say die.
Schaller sets it up. Shamrowski blocked and just pushed on over. Webb saves it. Back on over. They just got to push it over at this point.
That was
close to the outline, but
yes.
Played on anyway. Touched. Webb. Just pushes it over. Finds that weak spot in the hole. And the Lynx 1 point away again.
1 point away. Can they do it? Brianna Webb is now serving the ball. She has a lot of power on her, so let's pray she hits it a little bit softer.
Webb served over into the net. We are going to a 5th game.
That is a win.
27-25. What action here. At points in that game, the Lynx looked like that they were out of it, especially when they were down 25-24.
Yes. And a beautiful save from Brianna Webb right here.
Brianna Webb and Schaller all at once, as well as Garrett. The Lynx are right back in this thing. Take a break. Don't go away. Lindenwood Lynx volleyball. Welcome back to Lynx Arena here at the campus of Lindenwood University, Belleville. Thank you for tuning in on LBTV, Charter Spectrum Channel 989, St. Clair and Clinton counties, as well as you tuning in on YouTube. Sean Michael alongside Corinthian neighbors.
Yes.
So
What's
we
up,
play
guys?
5th game here in this 5-game set, just like we predicted, right?
Yes, it's been very exciting game, very nitty-gritty, straight to the bone, a lot of heart, a lot of saves. It's fantastic. If you're missing this game, I don't know what to tell you, all right? So this is the last set. Still 2 winless teams looking for their first win.
They're going down to the wire in doing so. This game 5 is only played to 15. It is still a rally score, so you don't have to have possession, just like in the past 4 games.
Yes, keep that in mind. He did say we go to 15, so no more 25-point games, because that gets intense.
And this finish should be intense as well.
It will.
Teams did not switch sides on the coin flip at the 5th game. They also have a coin flip on the 5th game as well. And it looks like the Vikings will serve first. And doing the honors, Megan Pate, to start this 5th game and final in this 5-game set. Here we go. Renner, a quick strike and spike for the lead for the Lynx, 1-0.
And the Lindenwood Lynx strike blood first. If they keep the same attitude and keep the same energy, they should be fine. But
Garrett and Webb back into the game, replacing Wallig and Fitzgerald for the Lynx. Into the net, Lynx lead 2-0 on the 3rd hit.
This looked like last set when everything was going right for the Lynx early on.
The deficits are more extreme here in this 5th game. The Lynx lead 2-0 though. 2-1.
Fantastic effort from Brown and Webb to try to save the ball.
The scores are even tighter now with it only being a 15-point game.
Yes. And we are going to wipe the court once again.
Avery Satterfield, freshman, taking the serve right here for her team, down by 1. Out of bounds. Teammates calling for it from the bench. 3-1, the Lynx lead. Shelby Say to get the set right here.
Yes.
Down and in. It's 3-2.
3-2.
Right up and in. Satterfield, a big dig right there. Lynx set it up, Say to Webb, into the net. 3-3.
Right into the net.
I feel like I've said that a few times tonight, from Say to Webb.
Say the Webb.
You don't say. That one just out of bounds.
Yes, a lot of smart plays, smart, high IQ. That's what's going to win the game, is high IQ.
4-3. Lynx lead have not trailed here in this 5th game. Alana Renner. Up in the air. Satterfield. Back across and out of bounds.
That is out of bounds.
Boatman had a tough time on that one. Had a good idea, but just too much mustard on it.
Too much. Too much heat. Too much fire. It's crazy.
So Renner again. Pate. Satterfield sets it up. Oh, tough one there for Renner. Had a tough dig at that one. And so it'll be 5-4. Renner comes out, back in, Schouler. Pate comes out for the Vikings. Schouler gets the dig, Say, A good spike right there once again by Shemrosky. Six to 4. Brianna Webb on this serve again, right on over. Hammonds got the first touch. Boatman just gets it over. Webb to Say, to Shemrosky, up in the air and out of bounds. Lynx 7-4 lead.
This game is looking like it's going to be in the Lynx's favor. They've been leading the whole time. They have the rhythm going down. Their high Q is high tonight. They're not chasing after loose balls. It's
55-40 the kills in favor of the Lynx. Take that back, 56 as it was just updated. Another wet spot on the floor. The official gives the signal and Webb can now serve. Far from the back center. A little less on at that time. Blocked, takes a roll on the net, but player was there, Carl, to do so. But that one goes out of bounds. It's another Lynx point, 8-4.
And the Lynx are 7 points away, or not 7. Yeah, about 7 points away from getting their first win.
Now they switch sides here. It's 8-4. Both teams now switch sides. And so now the Lynx that were on the left side are now on the right side. Student body coming alive right here.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Brianna Webb is now searching for the Lynx. She's been doing a great job. She's been...
Timeout called.
Timeout.
Eight to 4, the Lynx lead. So here we go after the timeouts. Lynx 8. Vikings 4. Game 5. Not much more dramatic. That one's going to be a point for the Vikings.
Yeah. All in one spot.
8-5.
They're bringing in number 16, the Vikings.
Taylor Williams. California. Wallach gets the first touch. Just putting it on over. Fitzgerald for the Lynx. Wallach saves that one. Shemrosky just gets it on over. Vikings getting it set up. Little miscommunication though.
Yes.
Now it's the Lynx chance here. Fitzgerald across the court, out of bounds, too strong. 8-6.
8-6. 2 unanswered points for the Lynx. It's now 8-6. It was 8-4. Taylor Williams is going to serve for the Vikings.
Wallig the first touch. Blocked and hit the net too.
Yep.
Shemrosky a tough time on that one. 8-7 now. The timeout paying dividends for the Vikings. In the air. Fitzgerald didn't get all of that one on her hand. And sits 8-8.
And 15 is listed as a setter, is going for the kill and did not get it over the net.
So here we go. Williams again. Wallach just getting it back. Spiked and over. Pate up to the net. Bowman. It's a little bit of a block from the Lynx. Fitzgerald just sets it on over, but right into the hands of the Vikings. And Schaller, a good save right there. Getting a one-touch, two. And now a miscommunication right there from the Vikings. And it falls right down to the floor.
Lost. They look lost out there.
Falls right to the floor, 9-8. The Lynx still have the lead.
It was three players looking at the ball come down. Nobody made an attempt to get the ball.
Lynx have not yielded. They've yielded the lead a few times, but not trailed yet in this fifth game. Big block and in. 10-8, the Lynx lead. Big block up front from the front three that time. And Shamrowski the serve again for the Lynx. On over, a spike right downtown. It's 10-9.
10-9. The opening touch, it was all the Lynx. Now it's back to that nitty-gritty.
Grand Prairie, Texas native Kirsten Boatman the serve right here. Into the net, right into the Lynx hand. 11-9. Big dig by Jolie Wallach, but just can't get the handle on it. Shelby Say. And it's 11-10.
They're just trading punches right now.
Indeedly
like
so.
Hit after hit, hit after hit.
Lynx have not trailed, but the Vikings have not faltered yet. But that time the Lynx get a big point, make it 12-10. Keep in mind, we only go to 15.
Yes.
Got to win by 2.
And the Vikings look gassed. They look tired.
Brianna Webb back into the game. Wallach out, as well as Fitzgerald. Garrett is in, the freshman. She will be taking the serve. She's done good from the serve spot thus far tonight.
3 more points to go, and the Lynx got their first one of the season.
Here we go. Pate, first touch, set on up, big dig there. It goes off the light, up on the ceiling. Lynx just get it on over. That's Renner doing it. Vikings setting it up. One touch. Schaller makes a stop. Renner on over the board. Vikings settling it down. Right on over. Big dig again.
This is a rattling
Shamrowski on that one. Spike out in front. It's blocked, but it goes right in, out of bounds. Vikings get the point. A big one for them, and they know it. My, oh my. Avery Satterfield. A hushed expectancy over the crowd right there as she served. A kill attempt. Schaller saved it. It's still up in the air, but 3 touches. And it's tied at 12.
That was a good sniper attempt, but it just did not get through the D. It's all tied up. 12-12, 3 points to the win. Or if we tie it up, gotta win by 2.
Little wet spot on the floor just under the Lynx eye at midcourt. And just north of it as well.
Yes.
Timeout now being called by the Lynx.
Now they have a timeout. Let's talk about who do you think deserves to be, let's say, the MVP of this game? Who or a duo? I'll say a duo. Who's been really standing out on each team?
Got to look on both sides of the ball here. I'm going to say potentially Brianna Webb for the Lynx and also Alana Renner
Yes.
for them, for the Lynx, for the Vikings. I got to say, Megan Pate, the Lombero, has been doing a very good job, as well as Kirsten Boatman, been all over the ball on both sides. Orlana Fedorenko has had good serves as well.
Yes, I agree. I agree with those assumptions.
There's a lot of players that could have an MVP, be the player of the game after this one.
Yes. The person that really stood out to me this game is going to be Jada Garnett. Garrett, Jade, the freshman, number 20.
Jade Garrett?
Garrett. She has shown up today and has
done a very good job as well.
In the game, she has done her part. She stands out.
It only feels fitting that the final game, this 5-game set, goes as down to the wire as it is right now.
Yes.
12-12. Avery Satterfield getting the serve for the Vikings. On the right side toward the center, but still mostly on the right side. Taking the serve. Say to Webb, lightly touches, but pushes it on over enough, but saved by the Vikings. On back over, Schaller saved it. Say to Webb, spike, off the rafter, no.
Nope.
Boatman on back. Webb toward the front, tightly and on across that net.
Yes. And the sniper.
Big kill right there from Fedorenko.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4 sniper.
13-12. This is the first lead the Vikings have had in this 5th game. They have not gone away.
That was a 360 no-scope snipe.
Indeed, Schaller across to Webb. Big spike and kill, and she caught it. Pate caught the ricochet, and why wouldn't we go to a deuce right now?
Yep. 13-13. Who's going to take the lead? Who's going to take this home?
Shelby Say, the serve, and a beauty. Handcuffing Boatman right there. The Lynx, 14-13.
One more.
One more.
One more point.
And it'll be a come from behind. Do we have a timeout? We have a timeout on the floor.
Yep, there is a.
On the officials' timeout for the wet floor.
Had the wet floor about at least 15 times already. Seems like it.
Oldest play in the book.
Yeah.
Tamika Drake, the head coach for the Vikings, calling it out now. A timeout being called by the Vikings. Tamika Drake making the timeout. I'm surprised nobody's making any noise during this timeout.
It's been a long game. It's a long game. Let's get it. It is a 5-set game. It's going to be a long game.
And so here we are, 14-13. Lynx have the lead and the serve. Potentially put this game on ice. Got to win by 2. First to 15. Game 5. Doesn't get closer than this, folks. Boatman up in the air. They got to get it over here, and they do. Pate does so for the win. A little light touch for the Lynx right there, and it goes into the netting. Net infraction, Lynx win. Lynx get their first win of the season. They go from 0-3 to 1-3.
And the Vikings go from 0-5 to 0-6.
A come-from-behind win for the Lynx in this battle. That was epic. Went down to the wire. Ultimately, the Lynx walk away with the dub. take a short break, and we'll be right back to dissect this one for you. Don't go away. This is Lindenwood Lynx volleyball. Back to Lynx Arena here at the campus of Lindenwood University, Belleville Lynx. The Lynx players just saluting all that came out here on at Lynx Arena to celebrate their victory, 15-13 in Game 5. They win the series. This game, 3-2. A thrilling game as they meet it just at the nose of the Lynx head. Sean Michael here alongside Corinthian neighbors. What do you think of this game here today?
It's a very, very tough game tonight. It was so much heart was left on this court right now. So many saves. Brianna Webb was phenomenal. Just so much great things tonight.
Both teams deserving to win this game here tonight. It was tough to see one of them lose, but glad to see that the Lynx deservedly won this game as well. Both teams fought very hard, as you said, Corinthian, and everybody likes to see the Lynx get the W here tonight. We look at the final stats in this game. This kills 60-45 for the Lynx. The attack percentage from Missouri Valley, the only thing that they really dominated in the category of the stats, 17% to the Lynx, 13%.
Yep.
The Lynx got the assists, 55-45. Diggs, 79-67 for the Lynx as well. The Aces, 12-9. It's an exciting game for both teams. Both teams, you said earlier, played very well.
Very.
And two players for the Lynx, deservedly so, should be players of the game. Alana Renner and, of course, Brianna Webb. Both of them had outstanding games today. Megan Pate on the losing side for the Vikings, as well as Kirsten Boatman and Orlana Fedorenko, all deservedly played great games as well.
Yes.
Both games, what an atmosphere this was here
awesome
at Lynx
game.
Arena.
Awesome. Very huge crowd, so much support from the Lindenwood home campus, came out to support. It was a great atmosphere.
Indeedly so. Well, we'll see you next time for our next broadcast. It'll be Saturday, starting at 12 o'clock noon. It will be at Lynx Field. On over to see some soccer action. Both the men's and women's will have games on the pitch out there on the west end of campus. So if you want to tune in, it'll be right here on LBTV, Charter Spectrum Channel 989 in St. Clair and Clinton counties, as well as YouTube. We thank you for tuning in for Corinthian Neighbors.
Yes.
Christopher Sabo. I'm Sean Michael here with LBTV. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on LBTV.